you guys had like a 32-9 run between the third and the fourth quarter there, where the offense finally started clicking for you guys, shots were being made. Was it as simple as the shots were being made, or what did you see it kind of change for you guys in that third?
Yeah, I think a combination of both. You know, shots being made. I thought James really got going to help us propel us to the win. But I thought we figured out the zone and how we wanted to attack it. You know, we talked about it the last 2 days, and then we got some good shots in that first half, but we still were kind of slow and kind of stagnant at getting them. And I thought in that second half we really did a good job of just locking into how we wanted to execute against that zone, and we was able to really get some good shots, and like you said, knock down the shots as well.
We didn't see Terrence play today. I'm wondering what was kind of the thinking with him. And did you have a conversation with him before the game about
Yeah,
that?
I had a conversation with him before the game.
What was the thinking? He kind of changed the rotation a bit.
I just wanted to see something.
With the 4 days off since you guys last played and everything that's going on, how much that contribute to the slow start for you guys, do you think?
It could have had a lot to do with it, but as well as the zone. I thought the zone slowed us down and made us stagnant. We didn't make quick decisions early on in the game, and so we kind of got stagnant. And I thought in the second half we did a much better job of executing against the zone. And, you know, Spo's the master putting that zone out there and, you know, making you stagnant, making you think, second guess. We had some open shots that we didn't take early on, and you know, we just didn't look good in that first half offensively. And then second half we kind of figured it out.
And coach, defensively, they only had 4 turnovers in the first half, but you guys forced about 13 and 14, I believe, the rest of the way. Can you talk about the activity you guys have, showing your hands and getting deflections?
Yeah, I thought in the second half going small. I thought Obama did a great job for us in that first half, and then second half we went small to be able to switch their pick and roll, so Tyler Hero couldn't get downhill and attack, and putting Zoo in a weird situation with Kevin Love. And so we went small, was able to switch, able to get some steals, get out in transition, get some deflections, and it was good for us.
Ty, Chris had a rough shooting night tonight. He's been on the stretch where he's had a rough shooting stretch for the last couple games. How do you get him out of that, that funk that he's in offensively?
No, just take good shots. When you're open, you got step up and shoot them, be ready to knock them down. And he brings much more to us than knocking down shots. Him on the floor, being able to guard the best player every single night, the way he competes, it raises our level defensively. And so everything he brings defensively for us, we need every bit of it. And so that's where he's great for us. If he makes shots, he makes shots. But when you're getting 1 or 2 shots a quarter, it's kind of hard to really catch a rhythm. But he'll be fine. We have confidence he can make those shots and take those shots, and so we just got to stay with it.
And late in his first quarter stint, Kawhi had a couple mid-range pull-ups that he made. How do you assess how he was moving tonight? Did he seem like he was moving?
I can't really assess it because there was a lot of zone tonight. Like I said, we really couldn't get into an offensive rhythm. Was able to figure it out. We talked about it at halftime. Don't try to get a rhythm, just win the game. And so when they're playing zone, it's going to be sporadic shots. But we'll get a better gauge going into Wednesday.
Derek was grabbing at his hand wrist area before he went back to the locker room. You heard anything on him?
Yeah, he's fine. I think. He's saying he can go back into the game, so we'll see tomorrow how he feels.
And then with Kawhi, you've been keeping him right around 20. Is there a certain amount of games at 20 he needs to have before that gets bumped up?
I think so.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay.
You forgot?
I can't remember.
Okay. You're right.
I know that's another Kawhi question. Y'all, even though the shooting was a real struggle for the whole team, the defense, you wanted to see that be reestablished. That kept you in the game while the offense got it together. How did Kawhi kind of play a role in keeping that defense maintained until the shots came around?
I thought he did a good job. In the past lanes, got a couple deflections, a couple steals, and then I thought he got activated. Once we went small and he was guarding Kevin Love and put Zoo on Hawkins, I thought it kind of activated him. He was able to switch more, get into the ball, pressure the ball with Kevin Love, catch the ball at the top of the key. But like I said, it was a tricky game. Just the zone kind of slowed us down, and we wasn't able to play at the pace we wanted to play at. So we'll see next game.
Coach, playing against lefties is always tough, especially when you see so many right-handed players. You guys have, 4 guys tonight attacking the basket. Like, how tough do you think it is for, coaches to kind of adjust their game plan when you have these skilled lefties?
I don't think so, but I don't know. You know, with a right hand player, you send him weak, you know, to his left hand, and with a left hand player, you send him strong to his right hand. I mean, it ain't really a big difference. You know, I don't think, but you know, maybe the numbers say something different. But you know, for me, just the biggest thing is just understanding, like you said, your coverages, because you used to play against most right-handers, but making sure we, you know, making the right adjustments when we go into a game playing against left-handers. But for our team, I really don't know.
Coach, how did it feel to be out there tonight after everything the team, the city's been through over the past few days?
It was hard. You know, it was hard just understanding what everyone's going through, the whole city, and just, you know, everyone rallying behind each other, just trying to do what they can to help support friends, families, neighbors, like I've talked about. And it's a tough time, you know, so we're just here to support, try to uplift people with, you know, playing basketball, see if we can put smiles on faces, see if we can have people to gather and, you know, watch the game and do something different to try to take their mind off of it. But it's tough times right now. We understand that. And us as a team and organization, you know, we're trying to do everything we can to help. And, you know, we just got to get through it. You know, just stay strong and get through it.
That's one.
Hey, Coach, so y'all went on an 8-0 run with James Harden when it was 62-63 in the third quarter. Was that the turning point of the game, you think, or was more so the defense in the second half that kind of changed the game?
Both. I thought James getting going offensively in that third quarter really helped us out offensively. You know, hit some step back threes, got to the basket. And then our defense, you know, picked up. I said once we was able to switch 1 through 5, get in the passing lanes, get some steals and deflections, get out in transition, it was good for us. But James' shot making that third quarter was huge for us.
From game to game.
I'm just playing, really, and trying to do my job to help the team win. That's all I do. Yeah, I feel good as long as I'm feeling good on the court. I'm able to move quickly, get to my spots. You know, that's all I'm looking for.
Well, is this something that you can't do right now that you've normally done in the past with your game?
Can't do?
Yeah.
No.
So you're able to do pretty much everything you want to, just not to the degree you've done in the past so far?
If you want to put it that way, I'm playing in the same way I usually play.
Zoo had another 20-20 game tonight. Watching him all season long, what have you observed about his growth to be able to have nights like this so regularly?
You know, he's playing hard. He's playing more minutes. He's gotten patient in the post. He's being aggressive, putting 2 hands on the ball, dunking in when there's defenders around him. And yeah, he's growing.
Why? What have the last couple of days just been like for you from, you know, leaving Denver and the last few days here in LA?
The last few days, we had practice. What's today? Monday. So, yeah, we had practice yesterday. The day before that, they gave us some time to our families to attend to. Like everybody knows, it's been evacuations in LA, so everybody's trying to rile their families up, the ones that are affected, and just keeping everyone settled.
I mean, like for you, Wednesday, obviously, leaving Denver and everything, what was that like for you? Was everything okay? With you?
Just like I just said, just trying to get the family in order, making sure that everybody is settled, and making sure everyone is safe.
The game.
You live in that area that's affected by the Palisades fire. How is your house okay? Is everybody, your neighbors, anything?
As we know, everybody is not okay. We've seen the houses burned down, so self-explanatory.
Is there a minutes restriction? Is there a part of you that just wants to break free and keep going?
No, I'm taking my time. I've done that in the past, and it led me on the bench, so I'm good where I'm at.
Well, to that point, what's it like having teammates like James, teammates like Norm, who in that third quarter were able to take over and do what they did?
It's great. You know, they've been playing well all season. You know, now hopefully we could get some wins under our belt and, you know, move up in the standings and secure a playoff spot. And, you know, that's what we're working for.
James, you've had a couple of games now with Kawhi. Just what's it like just having him out there on the floor and trying to build that rhythm and that chemistry again?
Great. you know, obviously, like, he's just working his way into, you know, conditioning-wise, you know, plan-wise, flow of the game, like all of the above. So, you know, he hadn't had a training camp, preseason, none of that. So I think for us, it's just, you know, trying to make his job a lot easier for us to just continue to do what we've been doing, and then, you know, slowly incorporating him into, you know, what we're doing. But, I mean, he looks great.
I mentioned that you guys had some slippage defensively the last couple of games and
Yeah.
weeks. Does getting a guy like Kawhi, how much does a guy like Kawhi help with that? Even though he's limited, how much does he help
I mean,
towards
you
that?
know, obviously we know what he's done, what he's capable of. So, and, I mean, it's a long season, so there's going to be a little bit of slippage, but I think just, you know, getting back on the right track and locking in. I think we did that tonight.
What are you most proud of a performance like tonight after being down 13 to start the game?
Just the way we stuck with it. You know, they play a zone. They're a good team. They play a zone. They're well coached. So for us to just continue to do what we do defensively, you know, amping up the pressure a little bit more and getting some things in transition. So for us, you know, we did that and it felt good, honestly.
James, that third quarter where you really got it going, what does that feel like? I know you've been in that zone so many different times in your career, but now at this stage where you're playing different roles and doing different things, what is it like to go there in that moment?
It's unexplainable. I don't know. You know, figure out what that means. But yeah, it's just one of those moments.
James, when you have a guy like Chris, obviously offers you guys a lot defensively, but when he's struggling to make shots, I guess, do you kind of say anything to get him, make sure he's not getting frustrated or anything like that?
Put more work in. Like, the work, you know, it speaks for itself. You know, I was here yesterday putting the work in. It translates. I'm here 16 season playing, you know, pretty solid basketball just because of the work that I've put in and I continue to put in. So, you know, don't get frustrated with the process. Continue to put the work in. You don't make shots, you make shots, put the work in. It's the only advice I got.
What have the last couple of days just been like from that flight to Denver? Obviously, you guys, a lot of uncertainty about what's going back here in LA. And you guys land, probably see a lot of it from the flight in the last couple of days. What's just all that been like for you, someone who's from LA?
Man, it's really sad, man. For real, it's like a, I don't know how to explain it, but so many people is just impacted by this tragedy for real. You know what I mean? And so many, whether it's materialistic things or loved ones or, you know, whatever the case may be, like, you don't really know what to say to people, but just, you know, try to support, have their back, and really come together and closer, you know, because, you know, honestly, that's the only route we got for real. So for me, just trying to make sure everything's settled and then figure out ways that I can, you know, put my imprint on it and help, and whatever needs to be done. But something you can't control, you know, and just, you know, it's frustrating. So I feel for the people that's out there that had to be evacuated, that lost homes, that lost loved ones, that lost, you know, everything they had. You know, so we'll figure out how to help people.
Were you close at all to any of it?
No, I wasn't close.
Obviously, the games were postponed on Saturday. Did it feel like this is the right time to get back to play basketball? Did it feel weird to be back
Eventually
out there?
it's gonna happen, you know. Yeah, I think for the most part, you know, we got a lot of it contained, you know, from what I'm hearing. So eventually we're gonna have to get back to basketball, but then still do our due diligence and figure out how to help people that's still, you know, evacuated and don't have anywhere to go. So it's gonna be a work in progress for a very, very, very long time, and that's something that all of us as a group are gonna have to be willing to sacrifice and help with.
I know your foundation, you've done a lot in the community over the years, everywhere you've been, but definitely since you've been in LA. What's it been like being with the Clippers, an organization that's such a big focus point?
Man, start from the top. You know, Steve is very, very, you know, very helpful, you know, giving back to the community and things that's needed. So from that trickles down, and then for myself, you know, like I said, finding different things that needs to be done, that people that needs to be helped, and you know, tackle it. So, you know, I just pray that, you know, everybody's safe. Thanks.
You know, really put an emphasis on the game that we know he can, but we're not worried about anything. He's not worried about anything
Are
at all.
you guys just eager for him to be able to play more?
I'm not eager at all. You know, we want him to be the. Hey, you next, bro. No, we're not eager for him to do anything. You know, he's gonna work his way back to the player that he is. You know, it just takes time. Everybody wants him to come out and just be Kawhi, drop 30, play 35 minutes, guard the best player. I mean, he hasn't played since August last year. So I mean, whenever he was doing the USA stuff, you know, so it's gonna take time for him to, you know, get his body and his legs underneath him. But we're not worried about anything.
Thanks, sir.
And Norm, I'm not sure if anybody asked, but you know, you guys' first game back after, you know, the fires and things like that. Just you guys started a little slow. Did that get to you guys? Just kind of think about it. And what was it like playing out there in front of the fans today?
I mean, it was good. It was good to see, people come out and show up. Hopefully, like, take their minds off of the devastation and the tragedies going on. Shout out to the first responders and everybody that's helping. The people and families in need, donating. I've been really glued in and locked in. My place in Encino, I had the evacuation orders, talking to everybody that I know that's been hit. We got a job to do, being able to focus and the task at hand, and play basketball and worry about the things after the game. But just making sure all our people is okay and doing what we can off the court to help the ones in need.
What are you most proud of tonight's performance for the team?
Come out off a layoff and figure it out, stick together. First half was a little tough, but we stayed together, talking, communicating on both ends of the floor, and did what necessary to get a win.
When you find out your house is under an evacuation order, what's the first thing that even goes through your mind?
Honestly, I'm fortunate because I don't live at that house anymore. The first thing is making sure everybody else that I know in that area, neighbors and things like that, is okay. Checking on them. But it's scary. You just don't want nothing to happen to your place. But one of the fortunate people where they lifted the order and I was able to go back. But I'm just really focused on the people in need and trying to do what I can to help any way I can.
Did you feel right getting back to playing
You
basketball?
didn't have to evacuate.
Friends, because I live in Encino, they had an
it's
evacuate
friends.
order. Yeah, I live in a different area now, so just more worried about them, making sure their place, calling them if I need to do anything, help them out. But yeah, it's a tough situation, and it's just scary that they still haven't been able to contain, and then you got the wind event coming up and everything like that. So you just hope it doesn't get worse.
Like over the weekend, obviously the games got postponed. It was kind of a strange time. Like, did it feel weird to get back on the court today, or did it feel right at all? Like, how did it feel getting back?
I'm 50-50 on it. You kind of even just going about things, your day-to-day stuff. Knowing that people are really going through some tough times. Like they're losing everything, and and you're focused on basketball. It's a tough thing to focus on, just acting like it's normal, and like you're in the city where these tragedies and stuff, the fires are going on. But like I said, we got a job at hand. They cleared us to play, so you got to focus on that. They wouldn't have cleared us if it wasn't safe enough for us to play, I guess. But yeah, you just focus on what you can control and try to take your mind at your job, and then worry about things after.
Thanks.
You got that 23 on.
I was trying to get it for a few minutes, so I'm glad they missed the shot finally to get one. So it was nice. Very nice.
Hey, so what was it like for you guys, after city, the county been dealing with the fires and everything, to finally be back on the floor in front of the fans?
It was good finally to get out there, get in front of our fans. Just kind of forget about it for 48 minutes. Go out there, play the game we love, and get our mind off of it a little bit.
How do you assess how Kawhi's been able to kind of fit back into with you guys over these 3 games?
Good. He's not trying to. He's trying to play in the flow of the game. He's trying to get his legs under him, and he's just trying to fit in. So he's doing a good job, and we expect him, with every game, hopefully play more minutes, and get his legs under him, and be a Kawhi that we know he is.
Do you feel that he's moving better? Like on a night like tonight, seeing him play, do you feel like he's moving better than he was even his first game back?
I don't know. I don't really look how he moves. I just kind of, we're out there, we're competing, we're playing, so I'm not really locked into how Kawhi's moving out there. It's Kawhi's Kawhi, man. Kawhi is one of the best players in the league, and he's gonna, when he gets his legs under him and rhythm, he's gonna be really good.
So when you're playing against a team like Miami that zones so much, like you saw shots where it took a while for shots to go in. What's your role in kind of keeping things steady and consistent until your teammates come through better shooting?
I mean, we wanted to, set that small, and let KD play make in that pocket. Just for me, I was just staying spaced. Earlier we tried to run the pistol action, didn't have much success with it, but figure out with that small, we get KD in the pocket, and he's able to play 4-on-3 from there, and that was really good for us. And second half, we started hitting those shots that we missed in the first half, that we was getting wide open in a zone. So once we started hitting those shots, everything kind of opened up.
You look at Chris, kind of missed a lot of the shots usually, open ones, and I think he got a little frustrated in the third. How are you guys kind of navigating, making sure he stays focused? Obviously, he's a big part of you guys defensively. How do you guys make sure that you kind of, not letting that bother him too much?
I mean, he knows we don't have to tell him anything. He knows those are great shots. We know those are great shots. He's wide open. He got to take them, and he's not letting it bother him. He's gonna shoot it when he's open, and we want him to shoot those. So we know they're gonna start falling, and he's doing a great job defensively, offensively. Today he did a great job playing that pocket, creating for others, playmaking. So we're not worried about those going in. We know he works on it every day. They're gonna start falling.
Zoo, with teams, you see a lot of teams offensively, they get in the zone and making shots. It seems like you guys, that happens for you on the defensive end where you guys are jumping, passing lanes, getting block shots. It's leading to, a lot of fast break buckets. Just what is the conversation between you guys, as teammates, to say, hey, it's that time, let's really attack defensively?
I mean, that's how we want to play every game. It's not something we got to talk about. We know how we want to play defensively. We want to be disruptive. We want to have a lot of deflections. We're trying to help each other out. Play free out there. So, and once we do that, we have players. We can push the ball. We can play in position, and it's always easier to play in an open court than in a half court against a defense. So that's what we want to do. We want to play hard defense, have a lot of deflection, rebound the ball, and then push it. And once we get in a transition, we're a really good team.